Welcome everybody to the third episode of Trail of Cthulhu: Eternal Lies. My name is Kevin. I'm going to be the GM, and to my right here are the players. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves? Alex, you're up first.
Oh, sorry. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex. I'm going to be playing Damon Smoke, a private investigator who's trying to get to the bottom of this mystery that we've been tasked to resolve.
I'm Michael, and I'm going to be playing Richard Sterling. He's a dilettante, and he is a adventurer, finder of oddities, and newspaper and radio host.
All right. My name is Kim, and I will be playing Gus, the somewhat withdrawn and shy, and now slightly out of the loop pilot, who can't seem to shake some kind of connection to this whole ordeal.
All right. So last time we ended, you guys were still in.
You're just gonna skip me?
Oh,
what about Nick?
Sorry. Excuse me.
I mean, I could just exit
We're
right
only
now.
going to do the important.
That was
players.
extremely rude.
Wow. Well, anyway, I'm Nick, and I'm playing Kitty Kennedy, the actress who is currently playing the role of an actress who is out of work and desperate to find meaning in life.
All right. Cool. All right. So when last time we ended, you guys were still in Joygrove Sanitarium. You had just interviewed Douglas Henslowe. Why don't you guys fill in Michael and anybody who's just hopping on what's going down so far? I elect Michael.
Wait, what was that? Oh, we're filling people in from last session?
Yep.
Most Gus.
So we met with Douglas Henslowe, and he has been trying to send letters to
Walter Winston.
Walter Winston for the past 10 years to no avail. Walter Winston died, and his daughter sent us to check this out. Something happened 10 years ago. He told us there was a altercation with a cult in a barn. He saw some crazy shit, things eating people. He did not go into very much detail. He had been discharged, then readmitted at one point. We were then showed around the rest of the mental institution by his doctor, whose name is Dr. Keaton. And he introduced us to Edgar Job, or is it Job?
It's Job. It's Job.
Edgar Job, who was one of the supposed cultists at the barn, and was also at this institution. And he was, I don't know, how do we say?
He was involved with the cult.
Alex,
I mean,
yeah, you did most of the talking to him, right? So
Yeah, so he was basically, they did a lot of drugs. They had a cult leader by the name of Echevarria. And so Echevarria, they had some, I don't know, cult event going. We're not entirely sure whether it was like a, I don't know, summoning or sacrifice, something, some cult.
fundraiser, pie walk, kick walk.
Yeah, which wasn't so well. So whatever happened wasn't actually what they planned to happen. And it actually, according to them, did summon something crazy. And how your character chooses to believe that, that's up to you. But something crazy happened, and a whole bunch of people died. And he did. The only thing he mentioned is the name of this thing that they were involved in, which is called the Fisher from the Outside. And so we were told to, if we want all the details, to go look at the, to talk to Francis Hickering, who's the estate caretaker of Douglas Henslowe. So, what else? We learned a couple of people that were with Douglas at the time, which were Walter, which we know.
Yep.
Catherine, who died, she got murdered. F.C. Coleman, who was the expert, quote unquote.
Quote unquote expert. I've written down.
yeah.
Quote unquote expert.
Yeah, and Vincent, who. Yeah, I have that too. And then we have, I guess there was 5 of them, and there's one more Vincent who died in some, I don't know, he fell into something. We're not sure
right,
what.
Vincent Stack. Yep.
Yeah. Vincent, what? Oh, I didn't have
Vincent
the last
Stack.
name.
He was supposedly eaten.
Yeah, we know that he fell into, they were talking about giant mouths at the time,
Yeah.
so falling into these mouths is very likely.
And then Jobs told us that he stabbed someone that night, but did we ever piece together exactly who it would be?
Well, the only one that he stabbed a man, but like FC Coleman made it out, Vincent fell into something, and Catherine wasn't a man. So I'm not entirely sure who. I mean, it could have been he stabbed another cultist, right? Because there was like 20 or 30 of them, and he said shit was going crazy, and like, yeah.
And
Job, then,
oh,
the most importantly, is Job recognized Gus, or he thought he recognized Gus, and then we were like, and then the session ended. So we never.
There was a little bit more. Kitty Kennedy did some poking around.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You're missing the part where in between our 2 interrogations.
No. We don't need to talk about that part.
A rabid inmate attempted to like attack and eat Damon Smoke, and Damon pulled a gun on him.
We don't know if he was.
No.
He didn't. Haven't come back.
He didn't just attempt. He attacked and ate parts of Damon Smoke.
Yeah, he started eating Damon Smoke, and Damon pulled a gun on him, which seemed to upset pretty much everybody except Damon.
Listen, Kim.
Seems upsetting.
Yeah.
If you were being eaten by some dude, would you think pulling a gun is a rash decision?
I mean, a poor mental patient like attacked him. There were plenty of orderlies nearby, so we got them to help out. And
he barely bit you.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Anyway, so Kitty was pretty upset by the incident, and she asked the doctor if she could sit in his office while the second interrogation of Mr. Job was going on. And while in his office, she drank some alcohol and worked up the nerve to rifle through his filing cabinets. I discovered a couple of interesting.
It's only working Kitty Kennedy's been doing for a while.
Yeah. No, we discovered some like medical records for Edgar Job, the guy that we were interviewing. And it seems that the Henslowe estate has been paying all of his bills at the sanitarium.
Yes.
We're not sure what the point of that is quite yet. And simultaneously, we discovered some records from Mr. Henslowe, basically showing. It showed like all of his some of his medication history in there, and it seems like even though they've been in this place for like 14 years or 18 years, 8 years. I take that back. Even though they've been in this place for 8 years, it seems like the doctors here are continuing to use what they call confrontational therapies between Mr. Job and Mr. Henslowe. But it seems like nothing's been resolved. It seems like they fucking hate each other, but for some reason Henslowe is paying for Mr. Job's thing, and that's one of the many things we want to ask this gentleman who manages the estate down on whatever street that is.
It's his house.
Yeah, well, wherever that place is.
Right.
West Henry.
So, where we left off was you guys were interviewing Job, and they had asked Gus to wait outside the door because apparently his appearance unsettled Mr. Job.
Yes.
So, Kim, your character's been waiting outside.
And then, like, when we were wrapping up the interview, we told him that we have, like, kind of, like, one more thing. And for that, we want to pull Gus in and figure out why this guy thinks he knows you.
Okay. So, let's switch over here. All right. So, Gus, the door swings open to the meeting room, and
Yes.
Dr. Keaton says, "Mr. Allen, you can come in now."
All right. Gus kind of punks his head through the door.
All right. So as soon as you do, you see Edgar Job. Let me pull up Edgar Job's picture, looking at you like, just kind of like murmuring to himself and shaking his head.
Like, everybody else is there too, right?
Yeah.
I guess I
Like,
turn to the doctor and I'm like,
Kitty's not here.
what's wrong with
Oh,
him?
sorry. Yeah, Kitty's not here.
Kitty's in the office.
Right. So what did you say?
I guess I turn to the doctor and say, what's the matter with him?
Well, he seems to recognize you. Have you ever met this man before?
Can't say that I have.
Curious. Well, he is a mental patient after all. Why don't you come in here and take a seat, Gus?
All right, I do so.
All right. So, Edgar's kind of like squirming in his chair, like leaning away from you, just kind of like muttering to himself. So, what are you guys doing?
What was it that he said last time? If you could remind us.
He said, like, no,
He said
it
he
can't
reminds
be.
him-
I saw you die.
Yeah, he said he reminds him of Ichivaria, I think.
I think that was just something we made up. I don't think he
Oh,
ever
was
said
it?
that.
That's
I don't
possible.
think he said as much, no.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
Have you remember ever dying?
No, I don't. I never
So,
seen this man.
by the way, he did
Before.
mention Echeverria in connection with Gus.
man, you guys are jerks.
No, we're just making sure your note taking is good, PI.
Dr. Keaton speaks up. He says, "Well,
Yes, I say, Mr. Job, I say, so how do you know, how do you think you know Gus here?
well, it can't. I don't know. It can't be. He looks familiar. You know, that's all. It can't be what I think. My mind's playing tricks on me. You know.
How do you think you know him? Who does he look like? Who does he remind you of?
He like turns to Dr. Keaton. Dr. Keaton's like, "Well, Gus, I think you should answer the nice man's questions."
Yeah, nice man.
He says, he looks just like Echeverria. I could have sworn it's the same person."
Was Ichivaria his
I
full
say,
name, Gus?
I say who? Wait, are you talking to me? I don't think I know who Ichivaria is.
No. I was talking to. I said Gus. I meant Mr. Job.
What'd you ask him?
Sorry. I said, was Ichivaria his full name?
Raymond Echeverria.
Say, does anybody want to tell me what's going on here?
It's got to be Michael or Alex. Remember, Nick's not there.
Yeah, Gus, do you have any brothers? Or perhaps even your father? Could they have been connected in this at all? It's not often that people bear such a striking resemblance to be this confusing even after confrontation.
I mean, I hate to tell you, but I never knew my folks, so your guess is as good as mine. But I doubt it because my uncle always told me they died when I was a young child, and that would have been 30 years ago.
So has Edgar kind of accepted that this is not at least the person that he's not freaking out anymore? It seems.
He seems like unsettled
Mm-hmm.
by the appearance of this person who.
But he's chalking it up to an uncanny resemblance, at least as opposed to like this is him.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like.
How did Edgar? How did you get involved with this cult? How did you know Echevarria?
Well, it some time ago. I was in UCLA back when I met a man by the name of George Ayers. He introduced us. I think it's hard to remember. I was pretty much high from 1923 through August 24. They had these drugs. I don't remember what they were called, but they were potent stuff. Echevarria got them for us. And, he had this library, a hell of a library. Creepy books. They gave us ideas for things to do and say, and sex things, and all kinds of weird stuff. It's all kind of a fog now. Got me on all these meds. I can hardly remember anything.
What So Richard kind of is a little bit more interested. He always likes to hear the workings of cults and how they operate. So he wants to ask, so he asks him, Edgar, tell me about these drugs. What purpose did they serve in your cult? Were they ritualistic, or? And he kind of trails off, letting him fill in.
He says, I mean, it's hard to remember. They used them to get us high. We had a lot of crazy sex, and that's really all I remember. Echevarria seemed to think that the Fisher sort of liked that kind of thing. It was the way we worshipped, I guess.
The Fisher from the outside?
Yeah. I'm not really that sure. I mean, George knew a lot more about it. Echevarria too. They promised us all power.
Who's George? Oh, George Ayers.
They used that word, power. Said that we get whatever we wanted when the Fisher came. I don't think I got what I wanted.
You know, in cults, there are just... I'm talking more to the team now. There are the true believers, and then there are those who are just along for the ride. And unfortunately, for our sake, it seems I'm starting to believe that Mr. Job here was not as invested in the side of things that we came here to find out about.
He kind of like looks at Gus out of the corner of his eye. He says, "God damn."
I turn to the doctor and I say, any chance you have a picture of this character, Mr. Echevarria?
Well, no. Mr. Job only came to us after the incident. I'm afraid he didn't bring anything like that with him.
What's Job's last name, brother? First name?
Edgar.
Edgar Job, yeah.
Well, it all seems mighty weird to me.
Yes, yeah. If you don't mind, it's a bit unnerving having you be here. It's like seeing a ghost.
Well,
What happened to Echevarria? Did we find that out?
Well, all I remember is that night seeing him get blown in the chest by a shotgun. I don't think he survived that. There wasn't much left of him.
I say, I guess I turn to the doctor and I say, I can step back outside, Doc, if it's disturbing Mr. Job here.
He says, well, I appreciate you guys coming down here, but I think Mr. Job has just had just about enough for today. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it's probably true.
He says, all right then. Well, if you folks need anything else, maybe you can come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
He says, thank you, Mr. Job. And he, like goes to the door and like presses a button, and a few minutes later, orderly comes in to take Mr. Job away. The whole time he's like kind of like looking at Gus out of the corner of his eyes. If you guys want to ask him anything else real quick, otherwise.
No.
Where was this whole cult business taking place?
California, I thought.
Outside L.A., I think it was.
Yeah.
Outside L.A.
Yeah.
I ain't never been to L.A.
All right.
There's something fishy about all of it.
So the orderly comes in and escorts Mr. Job away. And Dr. Keaton stands up and he says, well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. But I have work to do, I'm sure you know.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Keaton.
Thank you for your time.
We should go retrieve Kitty.
Oh, yes, our guest. Well, she's been waiting in my office, I'm sure. Would you follow me?
Sure. As we're following, Richard starts chatting up Dr. Keaton. He goes, "Wow, this cult thing really sounds pretty crazy." He goes, "What's your take on it, Doctor? You have a medical background. What's how can something like that really mess somebody up this bad, or do you think this guy was already cracked before he got in here?"
He smiles. He says, well, clearly Mr. Job and Mr. Henslowe shared some sort of experience out there in California. The police reports I've found are evidence enough of that, but as to what they saw being linked in some way, I'm not really sure, but it's the subject of my research. I'm sure you'll hear about it once it's published, but it's quite a thing.
I guess Richard is more asking about, like, what's his take on the kind of cult itself, as far as, like, maybe because he's worked with him over the years. If he's heard anything more interesting or other things about the cult itself, like maybe not that night in particular, but just what the cult was about. Or
he says, well, Mr. Job, when he was in school, he was a master's student in mathematics. From what I could tell, he didn't have a lot of success in the area, though he desperately wanted to be someone. He looked up to people like Newton, Euler, these kind of folks who mattered in the history of mathematics, but Mr. Job apparently never had the aptitude or the success he wanted. I think that drove him to find importance in other ways, and as you may know, cults prey on these sorts of folks. Folks looking for meaning in their lives. I dare say he never found it.
That's a sad thing.
Indeed it is.
so we're following him to the exit or his office, or
Yeah, his office.
okay.
So, did the other guy, the first guy, what was the name of the first guy we had to?
Douglas Henslowe.
Henslowe. He didn't. He was there also, right? When
He's at the sanitarium, but you guys interviewed him first.
No, I'm saying at this incident.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's the one.
Like-
Yeah, he told us about this incident first, and yeah, he told us, but he was on the other side of it. They were trailing the cult there.
But did they ever? He didn't mention that he thought I looked familiar, right?
No.
No.
Did he mention having seen or interacted with the leader there?
He gave us a lot less direct information. He was really shaken up by that night, and we barely got.
Well, he said that all the information is in some journal, which is in the Henslowe estate, which is like his estate, I guess. And then we're to talk to the caretaker. He gave us a letter.
Yeah, I feel like, and both of these guys are, and I think especially Henslowe, were so drugged up at the institution that their whole stories are fogged as far as.
Well,
Yes.
maybe there's some more. Maybe there's some more information about this mysterious leader. With
Yeah,
his
sort
journal.
of one of the gists of what Edgar was saying was that when he got out, when he was released from prison, or from, not from prison, from sanitarium briefly without the medication, his memory sort of cleared and he wrote down what he could. in
You
his
mean
journal.
Henslowe?
Henslowe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you arrive at Dr. Keaton's office. And what do we see, Nick? What's Kitty doing?
Kitty's like lounging in that chair there. I don't know. She found like a piece of cardboard, and she's sort of like fanning herself nervously with it. If you were pretty astute, you would notice that that there was like a recent ring of condensation under the glass to his scotch, but it seems to have sort of been put back in its place.
Yeah, so he walks in and he says, Miss Kennedy, I hope you found the accommodations comfortable.
Oh, she's like, well, doctor, your office is quite lovely.
Oh, thank you. Now, can I offer you a drink, gentlemen?
Richard,
I'll check it.
yeah, he'd love a drink.
All right, he pours one for Richard.
I'll take one as well.
Sure.
Please.
Pours everybody a drink.
Yay.
And he
Sorry.
says, well, gentlemen, if you find anything else about all this, it seems like you're looking into it. Appreciate it if you drop me a line. What is your business exactly? I could tell that you're not exactly friends of either Mr. Henslowe or Mr. Job, but seeing as
What have we already told him? I wasn't there.
you told me we were friends of
Oh.
Mr. Henslowe. You also said you were friends of Mr. Job, which you didn't really believe.
Yeah.
Right, but I told him he believed for whatever reason that like we knew Mr. Job was there and had intention to see him. He just wasn't sure that we were actually like connected to him.
No, we told him, Kevin.
You
We
told him.
told
what?
him that we were there on behalf of Walter's daughter.
Yeah, we said like a mutual friend, basically.
He says, "Oh, yes. So, this Miss Winston Rogers, she's a woman of means, no?"
Enough means to get all of us fine folk here.
He says, "Well, that must have cost a pretty penny. You have an address for her? I'd like to ask her a few questions if I could."
I don't like to disclose my employer's details, but if you'd like us to have her get in touch with you, I'm sure that can be arranged.
He says, "Yes, I would. Now, I've helped you out. Would appreciate if you could return the favor by putting me in contact with Miss Rogers."
Absolutely, we'd be happy to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll have her phone the hospital unless you want us to take a letter to her. We probably will see her in the next week or so.
He says, "Very well. Let me draw something up. I'll have my secretary. Where are you staying in Savannah?"
Have we even?
We're not sure yet.
Gus's house.
Any suggestions for accommodations, Doctor?
This office looks cozy.
I'm afraid it's occupied, my friend.
Well, didn't Douglas say that we? No, never mind.
It says, "Well, there are
I'd say,
several
I guess-
comfortable hotels downtown."
Gus says, "Well, I guess if you guys don't mind a slight drive, you're all welcome to stay at my uncle's farm."
Oh, of course.
Sure. Well, I'll have my secretary bring over the letter as soon as it's typed up. Now, if you gentlemen will excuse me, I do have other work to get to. We here at Joy Grove are busy with many patients.
Of course.
All right, gentlemen, and Miss Kennedy, have a good day now.
Doctor. All right, we exit.
All right.
Stage left.
Right. Okay, so if you guys want to compare notes or whatnot.
Well, so we're finally getting our hands on the medical stuff, I'm guessing, from Kitty.
Yes.
We all kind of looked over it at the end of last session, but I don't think we had obviously we hadn't officially.
Right. So Kim, you can open up packets number 2 and number 3.
Not number 1.
You should already have number 1 open. Yeah,
I
you
think
can
we
open
already
up all.
opened. What was
I guess-
one? Was no one? the map of this area or something?
One is a map of
Savannah?
Georgia. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
me too. I
you
can
all
open
said
too.
like DNO on them. I imagine that meant do not open.
Kevin, I'm sorry. Did you say everybody can open 2 and 3?
We already
that's right.
have.
Yeah, 2 and 3 was last week. That was the medical stuff I found in the drawers.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, now I'm less excited.
Um,
Oh wait, I didn't open 3.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's the best one.
there's two really interesting things on Henslowe's progress record.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Are we? Oh, it's
Progress record.
just by the way, are we gonna discuss this like on our way to the farm or something like that?
Yeah. Not in
Yeah,
front
well,
of.
I guess
no,
we'll
of course.
like we'll like
Let's-
hail a
let's get-
cab and then
let's get out of the shithole mental institution.
right.
Wait, is he charging $4,400?
Is it a year? I think it's like a year, right?
No, it's 2,200 a year.
Right. Okay.
So which one are you
that's
guys talking about?
The like receipt, the bill for job.
Okay, yeah, got it here.
I think it was from number 2.
Number 2 is the patient progress record.
Oh, then it's number 3. I don't remember which was which, but yeah.
So, what I'm seeing interesting on here is Edgar's connection with George Ayers, which may be unsubstantiated. I think we should contact him at least by phone, or try to soon. And
Wait, what does this have to do with the heirs? And who was that again? That was one of the other.
Ayers was from
Guys?
UCLA, and apparently, is that how he got into the cult? Is that what he said to us? Or is that?
Hold on, I can't find them.
Wait, what led you to the link between him and heirs?
It says it on Douglas's in progress record. EJ renewing demands to speak with George Ayers from UCLA.
Yes, you're right. No, I don't remember where I put that.
But we know that he said that.
But they said that they haven't been able to get in contact with him. I'm just saying we should.
That's right. Yeah. So those
should
2
definitely
people
talk.
that we can that was our 2 points that we can. Did I disappear?
No, you did not. So, and then also just, I mean, it would be wonderful to talk to either of these guys unmedicated, but that's just not going to happen.
So sorry, who was heirs? You were.
I don't know.
So Ayers is the guy that introduced Job to Echevarria.
Gotcha.
I'm like missing my number 2 packet. It's very sad right now.
Okay, and so right now we're going to see the other guy, the
Going
caretaker.
to see Frederick or whatever the heck his name is. Who will
His
lead
name
us?
is Francis Hickering.
Yes.
And Douglas Henslowe gave you a letter.
Yes, we have a letter that says let these guys do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Good news, everyone.
All right. So now what?
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Want to go to the Francis?
Yeah,
to
I think
Henslowe
we're
estate.
gonna like hail a cab and discuss this on the way as we head towards 23 Old Hope Road in
Wait,
Savannah.
wait. Who's Nurse Hampton?
We're not sure. She's just the nurse who seems to be. She's the like head nurse, senior nurse. Sorry.
Senorita nurse.
Yes.
Uh,
All right. So you hail a cab. The guy seems a little surprised that you want to head that far south of the city, but you offer him some money, so he's all right.
We'll pay you whatever the meter says at the end of the ride, sir.
5 gold pieces and a silver.
All right. So as you travel down, the city sort of give way to the countryside, and sort of head through a big old savanna forest there. On either side of the road, branches sort of reach out towards the car, dripping with Spanish moss, and it sort of clouds out the sunlight, and the sky begins to become overcast. It's sort of later on in the day, but the air is still muggy and wet, even inside the car. With the AC blasting, it's uncomfortably warm. When you finally roll up to the Henslowe estate.
What's it look like?
Like this.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, so it's sort of an older building. It looks in decent repair. I mean, it's old, but it's been kept.
It's a kept house.
It's not like falling apart or anything, but it's definitely showing its age.
It's a two-chimney fixer-upper.
Yeah. You sort of head off the main road down a driveway to get to it. It seems to be a somewhat large property from what you can tell.
All right.
Let's see here, do I have a description of it? Yeah, so as you drive down the road, everything has the smell of wet soil and a marsh, rotting wood and mud. Giant palmetto bugs flit through the air, tip-tapping against the windshield and windows as you drive down the road at dusk.
At dusk, you say?
Yeah. Near the house, there's a front gate, and there's a bell hanging on it. The cab driver says, well, all right, guys, this is it.
Do we want to
thank you,
ask this
sir.
guy if he can, like, hang around so we can get a ride back? Or?
Yeah, let's ask him
yeah.
to hang around for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
We don't need him to hang around. That's silly.
I mean,
It's not.
I just doubt that we're going to be here 10 minutes, so...
Alright, that's fine. We'll send
If
him on his
that's-
way and we walk up to the house.
Yeah. All right.
Well, there's a
ring,
bell.
I ring the bell on the gate.
Okay. So you wait for 5 or so minutes, and a man comes out.
But we only have 5 minutes left now, guys.
Right. And he's like, he's sort of you can see he's wearing overalls. It's a black man. He's older. His hair is gray. And he got big boots on. He sort of trudges out and he says, "Can I help you folks?"
Damon and I are in the middle of a game of tic-tac-toe in the dirt that we started when we were getting bored.
Are you Francis Hickering?
Yes, that's me.
I hand him a letter. I say, this is from Mr. Henslowe.
He sort of opens it up, and he says, what's this letter say?
There are a few things that we were sent to find by Mr. Henslowe. And it says to let us have, I believe, the run of the estate.
He fixes you with the stare, and he says, "And this from Mr. Henslowe?"
Yeah,
It's his signature at the bottom.
Yeah, we point to his signature at the bottom.
Oh.
We assume that's why he wrote the letter, because you'd know his writing.
Well, tell me, son, where is it that you met Mr. Henslowe? You see him down at the store?
No, we just came from Joy Grove Mental Institution. I pull out the...
All right. Hey, you understand. Can't be too careful these days. Well, all right, come on in. Way I see it, if you know Mr. Henslowe, then you're welcome here.
Francis is like an older guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, well,
Kevin, I remember him saying, but he actually tell us where the journal is?
he said he couldn't remember.
Okay. Alright. Tear this shit apart.
He says,
All right, we spend the next 10 hours carefully searching every nook and cranny of the house.
All right, so he opens the gate and he just sort of stands there and looks at you.
So we come in and what is the inside of the house? Or we're not even at the house yet. Okay.
Yeah, so he like waits.
Well, I like walk in, and while walking, I say, Mr. Hickering, one of the things that we're looking for is a journal written, which has details of some events in the past in 1924 by Mr. Henslowe. Would you have seen something like that?
Well, way I figure it, Mr. Henslow's things are his own. I try not to disturb his study.
So let's go to the study. I say, Mr. Hickering, it's awful hot out here. Do you happen to have some cool lemonade or just a glass of water?
It's hot because you drank half a bottle of whiskey in that guy's.
No, I knew you were going to
office.
say that.
She's a lush.
You smell like a bar stool.
Smell like a sanitarium, and so do you.
I'll see what I can scrounge up.
Thank
All right,
you,
well,
What is
Yes,
the
I should-
house? Are we in the house yet, or are we still walking?
no, he says, I guess I might as well give you the tour. Won't
Yeah.
be very long. He,
Here's the left chimney. Here's the right chimney.
yeah, so he brings you up to the door, opens it up, brings you inside. It's a nice looking house. It's old. It says, Old Mother Henslow's upstairs. If you don't have any need to, I would ask you not to bother her, but your business is your own. She may be willing to talk to you.
Will our movements around the house disturb her in any way? We certainly don't want to cause any problems for you or her.
It says, well, if you be wanting something to drink, I might as well go and fetch her. All right.
Much
Well,
appreciated.
the
Why don't we-
waiting room's over here. You all can have a seat. And he starts to like trudge up the stairs.
All right, we've got a waiting room.
So in the waiting room, you step in and you can see that there's like a desk. There's several chairs that are getting a little bit dusty. The windows have these big curtains over them. It looks like an old, southern house. The floors are wood. They've got carpets on them and stuff. There's a piano in the corner. The desk is sort of like a half-barrel desk, like rolled back. You can see there's like a bunch of books on it and stuff.
Does the desk look used? Like
Yeah,
recently?
yeah. It looks like it's been used very recently.
Hmm.
It looks like it's got some kind of ledger on it. Okay. So you can hear some voices upstairs as Mr. Hickering is talking to Miss Henslowe.
Can I come up and take a look at this ledger?
Yeah, sure. Do you have accounting?
Oh, shit, I might.
I know somebody has.
I
Like,
do.
A point or two.
All right. So this is clearly a ledger of the expenses of the Henslowe estate.
Yeah, fuck it.
if
I'll
you
spend
wanna-
a point if we need to.
Spend a point? Yeah, okay. All right, so spend a point. So as you scan through it quickly, you can tell that the Henslowe estate was once pretty rich, but there have been a lot of expenses recently, and very clearly no one has really been paying attention to the finances. There are obvious missed opportunities to restructure debts or account for losses that have not been taken, and the estate will basically be out of money within 5 or 6 years.
Damien, do you see the payments for Mr. Job's accommodations at the?
I like go back a
sanitarium?
couple of years.
Yeah, there's 2 sets of bills from Joy Grove Sanitarium.
Is there a notation or anything in there,
No.
Damon, about that?
No, it doesn't mention Mr. Job's name.
So the rate is
2,200 per year.
Right, but that's coming out twice, right?
Yeah.
So it's So it's 4,400 per year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or 88 every 2 years, as the bills are kind of written.
Yeah. That's fine. I mean, that means like we have 4 years, right? In 4 years, we spent almost $20,000
I
on.
think it's 8 years.
I
I mean,
only
we
have-
we have bills for 4 years. Yeah, I guess, but I assume that Job has been in there for.
Oh, can I take a look through the? Can I figure out how many years he's been or they've been in there by the ledger?
Yeah, I think it's been 8 or 10 years. I think it's 8
I
years.
mean, we have the patient progress, right? That goes all
Right.
the way back.
It
to
matches
20.
the other records. Yeah.
We know that they were there for 8 years together, at least. We don't really know much more beyond that.
So you see an old woman dressed in, a floral dress come in. She's holding a cat with Mr. Hickering, and she says, "Oh, hello, Francis. Can you go fetch us some lemonade?" And he says, "Yes, And he sort of walks off, and she says, I'm afraid Douglas isn't here right now. What can I help you children with?"
We just came from seeing Douglas.
"Oh, you saw Douglas? Okay. What is it that you want from me then?"
Kitty walks over and she's like, "My dear Miss Henslowe, what is your darling cat's name?"
Hold on. Let me see. Well, this here is Virgil. You can pet him if you
Virgil.
like.
All right, Kitty gives the cat like a.
So as you
cursory
reach out, the
pat.
cat bares its teeth and hisses at you.
I'm like, "My
Oh,
Miss
cat fight.
Henslowe, Virgil certainly is protective of you. I wouldn't want to stand between you, but we just came to ask you a couple of questions."
"Oh, certainly. I'm afraid I don't know too much. Douglas was the man about the house."
I'm like, "Well, why don't we sit down, dear?"
"Oh, splendid idea. Where is that lemonade?" And Mr. Hickering comes back in with a tray with 6 glasses of lemonade,
Oh,
and he
he's gonna drink.
sets
he's
it
gonna
down on
drink
the
with
table.
How's the lemonade?
It's good. It's
It's all
good.
right.
So
us.
I
A
take
scale
it,
of 1 to Southern hospitality.
and I compliment him on the lemonade, and I also compliment him on the on keeping the house, put together. I go, "This is a mighty fine estate. Looks like you've been doing a good job putting it together."
Well,
I'm just trying to,
Good point, Michael.
win his favor a little bit, but
he fixes you with a stare and says, "Well, way I figure it, just kind of my job. Somebody's got to do it, and this is my lot, so do it best I can."
well, not everyone has such a good work ethic as you, Mr.
Hickering.
Is it Douglas? No,
Nope.
Hickory. Yeah, sorry.
Well, way I figure it, man's not much without work. Anyways.
I ask, how long have you been running the estate, Mr. Hickering?
Oh, I'm sure y'all didn't come here to talk about me.
You as much as anything else.
Well, if
No,
you're
that's not
interested. My grandfather worked for the Henslows. My father worked for the Henslows, and I worked for the Henslows all my life. If there was any little Henslows to carry on the estate, I would have wrote my son into it too, but seeing things as how they are, he went off to work at a factory out in Alabama. I'll probably work here the rest of my days, and that's just fine.
Oh.
It says, now if you don't need me for anything else, I'll be in my cabin.
I say, I'm sure Mrs. Henslowe will know how to reach you if there is anything we should need.
He says, well, my little house is out back if you need me. And he sort of walks out.
Wait, where's
No.
the study? Did he point us to the study?
Oh, he didn't give us the tour. He didn't do shit.
He made the
Yeah,
lemonade that you begged for, as soon as you got out of the cab.
Yeah, right?
You're
Boss
like,
also please, Nick.
You begged for that lemonade. Now you got it. Okay.
Kitty has some kind of kidney issues just to be drinking liquids every 30 seconds.
Well, I'm sure we can find a study.
So,
Alright,
my
so she
dear
says,
Miss Henslowe,
Oh, so what can I help you fine gentlemen with?
Kitty like looks over at Damon and sort of like, you know, gives him an eye nudge.
Like I should go sneak away?
No, like you should, you should take the lead on this.
I didn't want to talk to the lady. I want to go find the journal.
Look, you're gonna have to sleep with his mother. You gotta take one for the team.
Yeah, no,
PI, man. What are we doing with
guys,
PI here?
it was already
Right.
suggested in
Just
chat that you
grenade.
should seduce the Mrs. Henslowe.
Gus is
Alright.
obviously the wingman, as he's the pilot.
All right, so since Damon is
So
useless,
Gus
Kitty,
has to
Kitty,
sleep
like,
with.
gives him a-
I'm just saying, my interpersonal skill set isn't as vast as, say, Kitty Kennedy
mine-
or Damon Smokes.
And mine is used for like interrogating criminals,
All right,
not
all right,
old
so-
ladies.
so Kitty
Alright.
looks like
Interrogate her sweetly.
Kitty looks very disappointedly at Damon, but she turns back with a smile on her face to Mrs. Henslowe, and she's like, "Well, my dear, it's just that your poor son, he seems so disturbed, and we wanted to understand better, what happened to him."
Oh well, he was out in that goddamn city folk, California, messed him up. Messed him up good. Hedonists and folk of loose morals. Oh, what he saw out there was too terrible for him to tell me about. Done drove him to the hospital. Half for the rest of his days.
But what about when he came back for a while, Mrs. Henslowe?
She kind of looks down. Don't really like to talk about it.
I see.
I like motioned to Kitty to like keep going, and I motioned to Damon to like come with me.
Keep sneaking out the door. All right, Kitty's like,
Damon can either come with me or he can stay here and seduce her.
oh god. All right.
Oh shit, my mic was silenced. I've been trying to say stuff. I thought what's his face said that we can just go and like look for it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go and like.
we can. Well, we didn't show her the letter,
Don't
but
wanna be
technically,
too
yes, he said we
suspicious.
could.
She probably can't read. Also.
You don't want her to catch you sneaking around with complete, authority.
It's not catching us. We're here. We're guests. We have the letter.
I know.
She doesn't seem to be apprehensive of us at all.
I know.
So just make out with her.
Oh my god.
Just make
so
your
anyway,
move.
Just get in there.
Kitty's like, Miss Henslowe, do you know anything about Mr. Rogers or Winston or whatever his name was?
Mr. Walter Winston? Yeah.
Yes,
remember.
exactly, Mr. Walter Winston.
I remember Douglas had some business with him back out in California. That's why he was out there.
He went out there. They went out there together. Oh. Why?
What is it that you're implying, miss?
That they must have been in business together, my dear.
That's exactly right.
Did you ever meet Mr. Winston?
Oh, no, never did. Never did.
Did. And do you know what kind of business they had out in California?
Douglas wouldn't speak of it. Said it was too terrible. It's too terrible to tell your mom about. I'll never know.
I'll never know neither, Mrs. Henslowe. I'll never know neither.
Yeah, well, he did come back. He did come back home for a few months.
You mean while he was engaged in his business with Mr. Winston, or from the
No, a
sanitarium?
few years ago.
Oh yes.
But he wouldn't speak of it then neither. I don't know that the hospital helped him too much. Spent all his time
Yes,
holed up in his study, drawing and sketching, and sometimes he would get up and yell and holler.
Is all his stuff still there?
Haven't touched it.
Haven't touched it. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but two of my colleagues have left the room while we were talking, and I imagine that they're probably in the study right now, perusing said material with complete authority.
Oh, a lot of things haven't been touched around here in quite a while.
Michael, that's disgusting.
All right. So And she says, "Yeah, no, all those things should be there. I haven't touched it, and haven't had Mr. Hickman touch it either."
I'm not sure what we're talking about anymore.
All right, let's just look around the house. Let's,
I mean, not even Mr. Hickering's touched it.
All right, Nick, that's enough of that. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Richard tells her that her son spoke very well of her when we saw him, which is a complete bullshit lie. But
she's like, "Oh, well, that's nice to hear. It's a bit surprising, I must say. I haven't been down to visit. Douglas."
Didn't he actually say that he missed her?
Well, you see, when he was home, he got to yelling and hollering. He would come out of his room with cuts and wounds on him, bruises he couldn't explain, and I was a bit afraid of him, I'm ashamed to say.
Did he have any visitors, Mrs. Henslowe?
No, never did. He did take to wandering around the property, though, near dark, poking around, the camera and a shovel. Had some kind of
any
string
idea
with
where
him,
he
too.
would go?
a string, you say?
Yeah, some kind of string.
What kind of? Can you? What does that even mean? Can you just?
Describe it to us.
Yeah.
You're asking her to describe string?
Well, like I mean,
Well,
like
I mean, that's
not
some kind of string. What did she mean?
something like a string large enough to notice or prominent enough to notice, kind
A
of.
ball of twine.
Oh, like a ball of string.
Do you know what he was doing with it, Miss Henslowe?
I haven't the faintest. Douglas wouldn't talk to me, and like I said,
Self-erotic asphyxiation.
started to
Anyway,
get afraid of him.
do you know where on the property he would go, Miss Henslowe?
Wandering about.
But nowhere in particular.
It's a large property. I didn't follow him around. He was free to do as he pleased. I'm not sure exactly where he went.
And have you seen the twine anywhere around on your own traverses through your land?
See the twine?
What's the obsession with a string?
What do you mean?
Like, have you seen any of it out on the property since he's been gone?
What kind of question is that?
The kind where hopefully you answer me straight.
Perhaps.
I have some twine if you need it.
No,
I can loan
I
you
just
some.
wondered if he left it anywhere, Mrs. Henslowe.
I doubt that sweet old Mrs. Henslowe goes.
I just want to say
hiking about
that
her
I want to say
properties.
my notes were prophetic. I drew a ball of twine last week.
He knows.
Is that what that is?
It's like a
Or
knotted.
like a sick
knot.
hedgehog.
A sick hedgehog? Have you even seen a hedgehog?
Well, not a sick one.
What was the
Thinking of
the
it.
caretaker's name again?
Francis
All
Hickory.
right, say perhaps we can ask Mr. Hickory if he remembers where Henslowe went.
What a good idea, Mr. Allen.
Mr. Allen.
Yeah, isn't that his name?
You're
I
right.
thought Alan wasn't here. I thought you guys went away.
We did.
Oh,
We
they
quote-
were like
perhaps-
past the
Perhaps
doorway.
we could have a look at the study first, though.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Yep. Yeah, Mrs. Henslowe and Kitty start chatting about like the weather in the south. Kitty's like waxing nostalgic about her days south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay.
And
So
we-
you guys are
we
exploring the
wander
study?
on.
Yeah.
Well, assuming they found it easily, or there was nothing on the way.
Turns out there is no study.
No, you can find the study. That's no problem.
Bong.
All right. Well. All right. So Right. So you step into the study. Let me get my notes here. All right. So hold on. So you walk into the study. There's it seems like it's been left. It's pretty much untouched. There's a layer of dust on everything. You can see a book labeled Community Rights of Victorian Death Cults
Okay.
on the desk. There's a shovel pressed against the wall with a dried bit of dirt on the bottom. There's a jar of blue ink, a brush stained with blue ink, a flashlight, a camera, and a ball of twine. I'm pretty sure you can open up number 4. But not 4B.
Oh my god. Well, I could just make it 5.
I have number 4, number 5. They're not level 4A and 4B.
I think there's 4B inside 4.
Richard is gonna go. He's gonna beeline right for that cool book.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I sent an actual copy of a cool book to Paul, but he is not here. So,
Nick, I found it.
Was that one prop that you were really excited about?
yeah, that's. I posted a picture of it online.
Oh wait, sorry, did I miss being able to open something while I was grabbing my
Yeah,
water?
number 4. Okay, so
And where was this stuff? This was all just in the study, whatever's in here?
yep, yeah, it's in the study. They're all out.
He was gonna hang himself, guys.
All right, so
Oh my god, there's so much twine and so
Who
much
hangs
fur.
himself with twine?
No,
It's very
Michael, it's like this.
Oh my god, we're not allowed to open 4B?
no. So you pick up the book.
That's the nude picture of his mother. That
You wanna flip through it, Michael?
The what? I'm sorry. Huh?
What did you want to do with the book?
I just wanted to pick it up and
Burn
start
it.
going over it. How old is it? And
It seems to be pretty old. It's
Ask Paul to send that shit back.
so do you have a cult, right?
oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you recognize this as the watered down 1912 edition, not the rarer and grotesque 1909 edition.
Ah, damn, that's exactly what I was hoping. I was hoping
what?
it was the rarer one. 'Cause
So,
I've seen this book before.
So Michael, as you open it up, a photograph falls out of the pages. You can open
Oh,
up
no.
4B.
Oh god. Wait, I was right. It was a photograph.
I say, it looks like maybe he was using this twine to measure some kind of distance. I think there
Yeah.
seems to be little yard markers on here.
There's like a noose at the end or something.
A noose? No, it's probably just like a loop. Like you probably loop it on something and
It's
then measure the distance from the thing.
I suspect maybe he buried something out there somewhere.
He would loop it around the base of his.
This distance from someone.
Perhaps he made a notation in his journal about.
So Richard,
Where-
Richard's lightning quick reflexes. He snaps the photo as it falls to the ground.
It's like a fox.
He's like a fox. It's a picture of. This is a different house, or is this the house just before renovations? It looks not the same at all, actually. Okay, it's not the same property, is it?
Well, well, you're not sure.
Okay.
Can the rest of us open 4B or?
Well, if Michael wants to show it around.
Yeah. It's.
Say what you got there, Mr.
Alex already fucking opened it.
At
Nope.
first, Richard just.
Do not open, Alex. God
At
damn.
first, Richard dismisses it as just some kind of bookmark or photograph, but then he flips it over and there's some writing on the back. There's some kind of code or some kind of, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it seems like a list, but not like a grocery list.
He wanted some sausage.
Does this come across backwards on the Twitch stream, or does it come across the right way?
That looks. Yeah, that's
the
right.
way.
Okay.
It's a little high. You can't see the top of it.
No.
Right.
Those of us with honor.
Mine's still.
He said you could open it.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna not show you guys the
Yeah, open it up.
thing.
So
What
anyway, the book is concerned with rituals for communication with powerful spirits and other beings which are vaguely defined, and it's got a section on ritual sacrifice. If you want to take some time to study it, that would be your own. That would be a separate thing.
What do you mean a separate thing?
So for books in this game, if you take time to like thoroughly read them, you can. So there's a number of things that might happen. You might likely have to take some sort of stability test, or gain some mythos pool, or things would happen.
Is
There's
that something
mechanics.
is that something we'd have to do later? Like
Yeah,
during
you have to
downtime?
spend like a day or so, I think, reading through it. Or
In the meantime, is Richard at all? I mean, like, if you can recognize that there's multiple versions of this and he knows of them, could he at least have a slightly better understanding of what it contains?
yeah.
Is this book known for anything in particular, maybe, or this?
No, like I said, the book is known for or is concerned with rituals for communion with powerful spirits and other beings less well defined.
But this is just like a published book, so it's more scholarly.
Yeah, I mean it's an old book.
Okay.
I guess what 20 or so years at this point.
Right. It's written by J. Ripper.
No. It's written by Carl Crothers.
Carl Crothers.
What? This house is like a broken door. Is this the house that we're in?
You say it's a
We can't tell. It's definitely not the house that we're in, but
No, I don't think so. But perhaps there's another house on this property.
Oh, yeah,
where
where does what's his face live? The guy said he lives in his own house.
It looks similar to the house you're in. When you guys came in, definitely didn't look exactly like that.
right?
No.
This is a no chimney house.
Well, it's also this house.
Well,
the house
so-
we're in seems bigger, right? There's like 2 sets of windows on each side. Implying
All right. Well,
Yeah.
so I'll cut to the chase here. This is
an older version of the same house.
it's definitely so I couldn't find a house that looked exactly like this one. The top is the same, but it doesn't look like the front of the house.
Okay, so okay, that's what I was trying to ask before. Like, if it be
Yeah,
familiar to the characters. Okay, cool.
It looks
Maybe it's the
familiar,
back of the
but
house.
like, right. It's either an older version of the house or a different side of it,
Future
or
version of the
a very
house.
similar house.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Say, Mr. Sterling, what do you think these names on the back mean?
Yeah, Richard starts kind of just not muttering them, but like, saying them out loud, seeing if they like trigger anything. 2, Grant. 3, John and Mary. 4, Zachariah and Millicent. 5, back to 1. Mr. Gus, or what is Gus's last name again?
Alan.
Mr. Allen. Are you familiar with mnemonic devices?
Say, yeah, I guess I know a few from my light school days.
If I had to guess, this was someone trying to remember something, but I really can't be sure. This could be really anything.
Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but a shovel, a twine here, and everything certainly seems like Mr. Henslowe buried something out there somewhere.
Well, maybe we should use our time here to find it before it gets too dark.
Take a look outside. Okay.
Yeah. So
What do I say?
you can see there's like storm clouds rolling in overhead.
No, but I mean, can it be like one of the balconies of like the house, or like, you know what I mean, like outside the study, or?
So I
guess
mean,
we'd
how
have
would
to
you tell that
know.
from inside the house?
Well, there's like a balcony. I would look for it.
Well, perhaps. Well, wait. So
Yeah. So
there's
okay, that's fine.
there's no journal here, right?
It doesn't look like it. You guys go through the drawers and whatnot. You find some other papers, but nothing that seems. There just seem to be sketches from before his return from the sanitarium. Alex, you notice behind the desk there's a door that leads out into a small balcony similar to the one in the picture. You step out and you can see the back of the estate leading off. You can see Mr. Hickory's cabin and a small graveyard out back behind the house.
Small graveyard.
Yep. Before it leads into just the swamp.
I see dead people.
I say perhaps we should check it out.
Are you suggesting we grave rob, sir?
Certainly not. Jesus.
I like put up the picture to like the house. Have like the, you know,
You will go outside and do that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it
Well,
looks.
so wait, are we all still like are 1 to 2 of us still just hanging out?
Yeah, I mean, are you guys all gonna go
Oh
outside?
shit.
I'm not sure how much
Okay.
time has
I'm-
passed. I'm confused about
Not
like,
long.
I'll, I'll
15
follow
minutes.
Damon. I'll grab the twine too.
But so I mean, are you guys gonna like come in and tell
Yeah, no,
us like, hey?
I wouldn't want to like leave them.
That's fine. Mrs. Henslowe, if you want to walk the estate, she says, "Oh, well, all right. That's fine. If you need any help, you can come back and ask me, or you can talk to Mr. Hickering.
I'll just be in the bath.
Just be taking a lonely bath."
Oh, it's so hard to reach my back.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, pigs.
All right.
So rare we
She's
have
so
young
old.
folks around.
Okay,
Hardly
so
ever have visitors.
she walked back upstairs.
Yes. All right. So we go outside, and I guess they show us the picture. And,
Yep. Yeah, so
Griffin,
you-
do you tell us anything about the book you're carrying?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
No. Why? You guys? This doesn't concern you guys. You don't care about this. I
Does it
mean,
have anything to do with the situation?
yeah. I mean, it's culty. You know. I mentioned. I go like. I say like. You know, like, oh, looks like. You know, it looks like he hadn't put his cult stuff behind him if he was studying a book like this. You know?
It's the same house.
The sketches, real quick. What were they of?
There's just sketches of like, there's a few of like nude models. There's a few of like swamp trees and stuff, probably sketched around the estate. There's some sketches of a street in what looks like Savannah, probably. There's a
Okay.
sketch of a woman in sort of like a suit jacket with a camera. There's a sketch of a really big dude.
Is
Perhaps-
this
perhaps
picture...
some-
Sorry, go ahead.
It was just perhaps this is some of the people he
worked with.
was, yeah, cult hunting with. The either way, we can come back to that maybe. But where the picture is taken from, is that where the graveyard is?
Yes. So if as you walk outside, you can see the back of the house, but it doesn't quite match up. It looks like the photo was probably taken from the graveyard.
So this is the back of the house. It looks like.
Alright, I like keep
Wait.
retreating till the house is like the right size.
Yep. Okay. So you are standing directly in the graveyard.
What
is
do the
photo
grave markers
actually,
say?
like damaged?
Do you want to read all the grave markers?
Is there a lot of?
Yeah. So there's
You
about.
said it's a small river.
I was just wondering whether they have anything to do with the stuff on the back of the photo.
So the graveyard is sort of on a hill. The downward slope you can see reveals more gravestones. There's a small fence around it. There's about 20 or so headstones in total.
20.
Are they family? Are they, you know, like just at a glance?
Most of them seem to be family. Yes.
So
you wanna-
sorry.
Are there any Grants, John and Mary, Zachary and Millicent's?
Here are the names on all of the gravestones.
Oh wow.
Grant,
So there's a Grant
Spotted.
Henslowe.
Oh wait, I can't see anything. Oh, there it is.
There's a John and
look at
Mary.
that! Look at
There's
that!
a Mary,
Look at that illegible
and a
guy.
Zachariah and Millicent. Zachariah and Millicent are right there. 18.
There's so many illegibles. How do we know which illegible we need? Just kidding.
Well, we have this rope here.
We're also missing
Yeah,
number
so that-
one.
I brought the twine. So I guess his mother is Virginia?
I don't think I.
I'm just saying, because the Virginia name doesn't have a death date.
I think that's correct. I believe that's correct.
So David must have been his father.
So, A question: was that photo simply just like damaged, like normal?
Sorry, is that a question for me?
Yes.
I don't understand the question.
I mean, the photo had like some scratches and maybe like coloring off in different places, and I was just wondering if like that was simply.
That's how
just,
photos look
like,
back then.
it was old, or like
Well, I don't know what the alternative would be.
that it's like there's some reason for us to notice that, basically. Or, like the photo's been altered or worn in some particular important way.
So
Yeah, I don't know how to answer your question.
yeah, I don't know what you're even asking.
I'm asking, is there any significance to the fact that the photo appears to be damaged?
Well, that's for you to decide, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's partly an answer to my question.
Okay.
So,
You mean the
So
scratches that are supposed to be on it?
so looking around the graveyard, I noticed that Douglas already has a plot, and I guess he already has a stone for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is where we should. Does the loop is the loop on the rope adjustable?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
is there? All right. So,
I mean,
But
you have it. It should be adjustable.
Look, the
Yeah,
graves
no, I
that are
didn't know if
marked.
that was, yeah.
The graves that are marked are 6, 8, and 13.
right. But so is there?
You guys can mark on this picture if you want.
What I'm saying is what we should do
Okay.
is we should start at Douglas's grave, loop the rope there, and then walk to the other 3, and then back
Well,
to
how
Douglas's.
long is this?
Why started Douglas's?
Well, I mean, if he was making, I mean, we don't have a 1, right? And that would be the most logical one to just jump in with. No? His own grave, where he will be buried,
Like that?
Man,
Is he 20?
No, he's 21.
21.
Ah, yeah, fuckers. Alright, so it'll be like
Is-
that.
whoever's physically traversing this, is the twine actually that long?
Well, that's what I want to see. I mean, there's
Okay, yeah. So you're starting it on.
Kevin, can you
Douglas-
clear? Can you just clear? Because I can't clear.
No, you have to
Just clear
Alex,
everything.
Alex, you can go and select an item with the pointer and then just delete it.
Okay, good. I got it. Delete. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you seemed to.
God damn it! I did that.
Michael, Michael, cut the
What are you
shit.
doing?
I got it. Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna do it myself.
Michael, stop it. Okay. Yeah, that leaves you with a lot of extra string. If you tie it around Douglas's.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, it doesn't quite reach that far, I don't think.
Wait.
Okay,
how does
so
it,
hold on a
it doesn't
second.
reach, or it does, or it's too much. What do you mean? Which one is it?
Well, so what? Douglas is 21. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that doesn't quite reach, I don't think.
But we need. Okay, so why don't we
Wait.
start in the middle, right? We need to be able to go from 15 to 13.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Are there two? There's 2 marks on this rope, right?
There's several marks, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was just 2. Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Hold on. I'm gonna draw. This doesn't
I
make
mean,
any
I
sense.
think we need to put this out in a way where the marks line up, and that's probably our X marks the spot. That's what I was thinking.
Hold on. Alright,
But we don't.
hold on.
We don't
I'm
know
gonna do.
if his
Okay.
even has anything to do with this.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
maybe not. I mean, but we're here.
No. I mean, no. I meant his gravestone. We don't have
No,
any
we
reason
don't.
to be part of
Well,
this.
I just wanted to see if the rope reached. And
This guy's
it doesn't.
OG.
Well, right, but I'm saying, shouldn't we start with 13, 15 to 13, and then see what it could reach?
So what are you guys doing exactly?
Just fucking around. What
Okay.
are you doing?
No, I mean yeah. So,
Okay,
so
well,
you-
here's my question. First of all, when it says illegible, does that mean that no matter how hard we scrutinized it, we wouldn't be able to read it?
That's usually what illegible means.
Yeah. It's not legible.
If you draw lines from him
So this
to
is it, right? We could have like a
Grant.
little this is the lines, right? So it starts with Grant, who's here. Grant goes to Zachariah Millicent, which is
15.
Can you guys see mine, purple?
what? No, Zachariah Millicent is 13. Yeah, so that'll be like that.
No,
Right?
you can't see. I don't think.
Do you guys
So,
see mine?
Show.
Damon, as you walk around Grant's headstone, you can see around the back of it there is what looks to be like a blue line that has a space in the middle.
Can you describe that more?
Okay, so
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
on the headstone itself.
yeah, here let me. There's a line that goes down like that, like a brush
What
stroke.
What's it made out of?
It's
ink.
like painted on.
We saw the
Ink or
blue
something.
ink in that room, and the brush.
Damon, is the space like the width of the piece of twine, or
It's a little bit wider.
okay? But so if you were to like wrap it around there, it might have rubbed off some of the stuff. So
Okay, so tie the rope around that.
well, right, but that would not even necessarily tying it around it, but it would imply that number one. It would imply that number one comes from our perspective, like forward of number 8.
Okay, now I can see Kim's. Oh.
Yeah, and now it's gone.
Sorry.
Do you see what I mean?
Is there anything on the back of Douglas's grave?
No, there's not.
Is there anything on the back of the John and Mary or Zachariah and Millicent?
Yes, they both have similar marks. They seem
On
to
the
be
backs
on.
of them.
So on Grant Henslow's is on the back. On
Okay.
on number 15 and 13 is on the front.
Okay, that's what I thought. Right. Okay. So so this implies that number 1, which we don't have, is somewhere between 13,
Sure.
15, and 8.
Okay, there's only 20 graves. We should just look at for anyone that has another mark. Do any of
I
them
would
have...
start with 12 and 14.
Well, can't we just look over?
Sure. Okay, so you find after not too long, you find number 6 has a similar mark on it.
Okay.
On the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number
What was
6 is.
6?
Oh, it's his mom.
6 is
David
probably
and
number
Virginia.
1.
6 is David and Virginia Henslowe.
So if you were to loop the string around the backs of 6 and 8 down to 13 and 15, is there anything on 12?
No, there's nothing on 12.
Well, no, it has to go. Yeah. It could...
Well, right, it could be like a circle.
Oh, well, it's not enough to get to 21.
No, it's gonna make an X, right? It's gonna go 6, 8, 13, 15, back to 6.
No, that's
No,
not the
but it's
order.
a circle.
It would go 6, 15.
Yeah.
No.
No.
6.
No.
No,
It
it
would
goes
be-
Oh, you're right. It would be 6, 8.
13, 15, back to 6.
You're right.
But that's a circle.
6, 8.
It's not a circle. That's an X.
No, here. Look. 6 to 8. 8 to what?
It's that.
13,
8 to 15.
13.
It forms
8
a square.
No.
No, 8
Oh my
to
God, how do you
13.
draw?
Look.
How do you
Michael's
draw?
Grant goes to Zach and
Jesus Christ.
Millicent.
There.
Oh,
No,
Just
it's 2 Grant, 3 John and
No,
Mary,
no.
4.
Kim is
Oh,
right.
that's
Kim is
J-
right.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's J and M. Yeah, so delete your shit, everybody.
You guys.
So back to the circle point.
Back to the circle. Michael, delete your shit.
Oh,
Get rid of the penis.
This is getting way out of hand.
No! There was a good one there.
It's all fucked up.
No, my letters. Who would do such a thing?
All right, well, you can redo them.
So the point is that there's this loop from these 4, basically.
So here's the question. Is it
Why is that one
supposed
1?
to-
Because that's the conjecture.
Oh, maybe it has to do with age.
What? What do you mean? When did it have anything to do
Like-
with age?
No, look at the time, right? Like, why?
Well, what does that matter?
I don't know. How do we know that's one?
Because it's the only one that also has a mark on it, the blue mark, meaning
Yeah.
that we are thinking string was there. But it's
And
not
so 21
specifically
doesn't?
listed on it, right? And we're missing number 1.
Stupid 21.
And then number 5 says you go from Zachariah and Millicent back to 1, and that would make sense in a square or circle or however you want to draw this with the twine, right? So this
All right, so
area,
we lay it out. So we lay it out, and do the dots on the rope start lining up in any way?
Okay, so if you loop the start around the
Here.
number 1,
6,
number 6,
Yeah.
there, and then take the string to number 2. If you loop it around the back, the first blue mark on the string lines up with the blue mark on the back of the gravestone.
Great.
Does that do the same thing
for the
for?
front of 15
No.
and 13.
It doesn't. So there's another blue mark. So when you do that, there's too much string first of all, and there's another blue mark here on the string.
On 9?
No.
No, you just mean there on the string.
Yep.
What
What
if
about
we
7? Would
loop?
that reach
What if
to
we
7?
loop it? Wait. So what if we loop it around 8 and then take it down to 15? Does it line up then?
Yeah, then it lines up. And there's a knot here.
Wait, sorry, where's there?
Those are where the knots are so far.
Yeah.
If we
So
correctly line. So you're saying at this point all 4 are correctly lined up by starting at 8.
no.
No, by matching it up at 8.
But
So
you're
you
saying
take
if we started at 8 and take it down to 15, it matches up at 15, but it doesn't match up at 13, right?
Sorry. I thought you said you were starting at 6, right? Or no?
Right, but then we said, what if we go to 8 and loop it at 8
Yeah, if you
for
loop
that
it
little
at
bit
8,
of extra
then
slack?
if you loop it at 8, then the blue marks line up with the stroke on the back of the tombstone.
On all 4?
If you loop it around, you're gonna loop it all around all of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they all line up, and then the knots are.
Alright, guys, mystery solved. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, did that help us? I mean, we could dig under those knots.
Well, what about where they? If you do this,
Wait, what are we doing over there?
How do I delete?
stop. Maybe, like it looks like they like form a grid system or something like that. Maybe.
Wait, what? I thought it just all lined up once we looped them all around.
Yeah, he's saying.
No,
what
he's
do
saying the knots,
signify?
the knots.
I don't know. I would suggest digging under where the knots are, because they said that he had like a shovel or something with him whenever he went out with his string.
He did do that. Let's go get the shovel.
Okay. So Damon runs off to get the shovel.
It's the last we ever saw of him.
Yeah. Never returns. Okay. So he comes back later. A minute later. You can see the clouds are starting to roll overhead, and it's like dusk.
All right, Kitty's like, we sure should hurry. It's getting a little dark out here, fellas.
You scared of the dark, Kitty?
Well,
I thought cats could see in the dark.
Yeah, kitty.
Hardly hard, Mr. Sterling, but we are in a graveyard, and I'm a bit unsettled.
If you're unsettled by a few slabs of stone, I think maybe Miss Winston Rogers picked the wrong person for the job.
Well, I do have a bank account, so she picked the right person for the job. But
Just having an empty bank account doesn't qualify you for.
Alright, so where the fuck do we dig?
under the knots.
Yeah.
4 knots? You want me to dig 4 times?
No.
I don't know. Why
At
didn't
the
you bring
cro-
more shovels?
I thought Kim had said that we do this. We have the X right here.
Oh, so we like dig right here?
Yeah.
You doing it?
Oh my god. Let's try it. We can see whether. I doubt he would have buried anything very deep. So.
That's a shovel.
And he's burying it deep.
No.
He's
That's
burying it real deep. right.
All right.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, guys, it's gone too far.
It's a dude holding a shovel.
It's a little suggestive.
All right. All
It's
right.
like that dude
Let's,
you know.
let's
Shovel.
back that up.
So anyway, yeah,
It's a
What the
family
fuck
stream.
is that?
that's a brontosaurus.
That's the bathtub.
The bathtub.
Please don't go any further.
Okay.
All right. You guys.
Damon, can you dig at X marks that spot?
Yeah, sure. I will dig at the X.
All right, so Damon, you dig for a few minutes. The sweat becomes starts to drip off your brow in this humid air. Everybody's sort of standing there while Damon goes to work with the
You guys
the
are
shovel. All of a
assholes.
sudden, you feel the shovel hit something, and about 3 feet down in the mud and clay beneath the cemetery grass, you find a steel box the color of a gun. It's sort of shut against the water with 3 tight metal latches, and it's starting to rust.
Take it out.
What you got there?
Yeah,
Damon?
I like take it out. I was like, I got this box.
All right.
Swims it right out.
Yeah, so you pull it out of the ground.
Is it locked?
It's got 3 clamps on it, metal latches.
Can I just
On
pop
clamp
them
them?
open?
Yeah, you can pop them open.
Got a clip
Yeah, I like
clamp?
pop them open.
All right, so you pop them open, and the first thing that you find is, Michael, you find 5B.
5.
Why does Michael find it? I opened it. Give it to me, Michael. Shove it through the internet.
Okay.
Michael got like an extra special box.
Michael got an extra special box. Well, Paul did
So-
too, but he's not even here.
Fucking
What an
Paul.
asshole.
Oh my god, it's bubble tape. I mean, it's bubble wrap.
They didn't even have that
Paul's
back
gonna
then.
have to watch like 4 recordings just to catch up.
Okay. So, what was this box that it was in? It was like a little chest kind of.
It's like a metal box.
The
Like
color of a
Foot
gun.
Locker.
Sorry, I'm trying to not break this. So.
I had heard it was a slight bit fragile.
Okay, it's a bottle stopper of some sort. Very small one.
Is it glass?
Or
Is
it
it a
could
vial?
actually. It could also be a
Can it-
pendulum.
Is it a vial? Can you
no.
open it?
It's not a vial. It's
No,
either
it's a stopper to a vial.
it's either a pendulum or a bottle stopper.
Drink the
break it.
poison.
Sorry, is it glass, Michael?
It is glass. There's a hole in the top, which makes me think it's a pendulum. A plumb bob.
Well, no, it could just be. It could be like a stopper that you wear around your neck, like as a necklace.
Not everyone needs a bottle stopper at all times, Kitty. Like some people.
Is that it? Is that the only thing
No.
down there?
So there's other things in the box. I was gonna do that
Conveniently,
first.
right under that is the bottle that stoppers.
So underneath that, you find the items in number 5. Packet number 5.
Oh, jeez.
So exciting. It's like Christmas.
It
It's
kind
like
of is.
Christmas in July.
So the first thing is that piece of paper.
No, I didn't open it yet.
So the
Where's
first
my
thing
number
is the piece of paper, and beneath that there's a small book wrapped in plastic.
W.
Yes.
I've
got it.
destroyed the notes.
I got a
until
key.
they're on
Yeah, so tucked
page.
inside the book is that key. There's also a note with the key that's not in there. It has an address on it.
Hey
Where
guys,
is it?
there's a little vial with like juice in it.
I hope none of those broke, by the way.
Did you mail this to us?
Yeah.
No,
You're
he
mailing-
gave it to me and said, "Don't drop it."
Mine has
mine definitely
moisture on
seems
the
to have
inside.
Leaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, sorry if
Broken.
it leaked. I was hoping they wouldn't, but
Am I allowed to smell it?
Should
Sure,
we take this to a lab and have it analyzed?
sure.
This is piss, Kevin. No, just.
What? You want to go to the pound?
All right.
Wait, what's this key?
I don't have a key.
Oh,
You
this
have
is
a key?
sticky.
Oh, so by the way, as you
It
pull the
smells like
documents, out of the box, the sky opens up and rain begins to pour down on top of you with a strike
Should
of
I-
lightning.
Should I taste this? Is this honey?
I mean, I have a key, but it has
Guys, there's some
Well,
really fucked up stuff in this journal.
If you
Um,
it has 1989 stamped on it.
I don't know if
blown
it's
away.
honey, but I tasted it, and now I don't ever kind of regret
I
it.
say perhaps we should take the contents of the box and retreat back to the study.
Yes.
Oh, it touched my nose. Now my nose is sticky.
What does it smell like?
It doesn't smell like much. I'm not opening it. Mine leaked a little bit.
Yeah, you're supposed to waft. Did you learn anything in chemistry? Jesus.
right. Well, I'm putting my.
You're also supposed to not taste things that Kevin mails to you.
Especially if it's like
That
yellow.
was not smart.
It's like a viscous yellow liquid.
Is a recipe of a disaster.
Wait, does everybody else
So
have
does anybody have locksmith?
I do.
So you recognize the key as a safe deposit box key.
Box key. Oh my god! How did I know?
It's got an address with it, which is the
Long Beach Bank,
Yeah, how'd you know that?
because it's on the note.
Yeah, it's the First Bank of Long Beach.
You said it started raining when? What trip?
As soon as you open the box, there's a crash of lightning and the sky opens up.
Eerie.
Kitty's like, now are the rest of you freaked out?
No, but let's get this stuff out of the rain.
Yeah.
Do you guys have this too?
Yeah.
Alright, just check.
Mine's all just
Oh,
drawings
yeah.
of penises inside. Weird and sexual and
Wow, what the?
Either way, this note says that the safety deposit box is at the First Bank of Long Beach.
Yes. And
Yeah,
there's
look
an
at Catherine
address.
Clark. She's hot. Winston's a good-looking man.
All right. Well, this is quite a lot to digest.
Did you say that because of the mouths?
No, I just mean like I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I want to see what happens. I'm not gonna like read all through this stuff right now. I'll do it during the week. Just a lot in here. So I guess we all rushed back in the house.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We had basically thoroughly searched that, right? Like there was nothing like left in the box that we.
No, that's it.
abandoned.
Take a look at that, internet.
Yeah,
This is what Snapchat used to look like back in the day.
You got to take it away real quick.
So you send dick pics.
That's not a dick pic. You're doing it wrong.
That's not what yours looks like?
Oh god.
Jesus, Nick, what's wrong with your dick? It doesn't look like a.
You gotta go to a
Does
doctor.
this look like the monster from the Black Lagoon?
Have you even seen the creature from the Black Lagoon?
No.
he said the monster from the Black Lagoon. It's probably a
Yeah,
different movie.
that's like the creature's friend, and it's more
A
horrifying.
knockoff.
It's a
Black
legally
Lagoon.
distinct Black Lagoon creature.
It looks like a mouthed penis.
The monster from the Black Lagoon is what the creature from the last Black Lagoon calls his penis.
So wait.
All right.
So what's in the actual book? Is it
Sorry?
Kevin? The book that Paul has?
Oh, we don't know.
It's just a cool book.
Is it the book that, like, Richard has?
Yes.
Book of Spells?
What is it, the 1909 version?
So,
No, it's
Michael,
same-
you, with your occult skill, you can definitely recognize this artifact.
Okay.
If you want to do a spend, you think you could do some research on it and figure something out about it.
What is the
yes.
artifact?
The pendulum,
Oh, the file
the
thing?
plumb bob. Okay, so here's a question for you, Kevin. So I spent a point last session. Do those refresh every session? I
No,
don't know
so
how points
they're
work.
going to refresh every
Like several.
several sessions.
But the-
By the way, I wanted to tell you guys. So for this adventure, this Savannah adventure, which is just about over, by the way, I
this, like,
have
a
been telling
specific
you
thing?
when there's an opportunity to spend points. Going forward, starting with the next adventure, which should probably start next week, I will not be telling you guys. So you ask me if you can spend a point, or if you can use a skill to do something. Okay?
Oh,
But
really?
the idea,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
idea
fair.
though is still that like if the answer is no, we don't needlessly spend points, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you if there's nothing to spend a point on. But if
Right,
you
right,
want to
okay.
spend a
Gotcha.
point, I can.
You won't prompt us with
Right.
possible.
Right.
Right, but there is an opportunity to spend a point on this of occult
Yes.
on this
So-
object.
I just need to spend a point. I don't need to make a roll. You're saying?
That's right. Yeah, you never make a roll for investigative abilities. You just. Spend
Oh,
points.
right. Okay, yes. So, so I spend a point.
Okay, yeah. So you can tell that this is some sort of warding device, possibly derived from the artworks of the Axum Empire. It's meant to block spells or mystical scrying.
Okay.
Nobody was supposed to scry for this box. We found it with good old-fashioned investigative work. Good job, Damon.
And do you think it's a ritual dagger?
Happening.
A ritual what?
Dagger.
This is a dagger?
I mean, a ritual dagger.
A ritual dagger. Okay.
It's a dagger that he could send via mail.
Well, no, it's like a symbolic dagger, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not
It's-
like
okay.
obviously. For
Kevin, is
killing people.
Ichivaria spelled with an I or an E?
An E?
Oh shit.
So, does the vial of your urine have anything to do with the adventure, or?
Did you just want to send all 5 of us a little bottle of your pee?
Why does your urine? Why is it so thick and tasteless?
It's just what happens after it gets mailed and
Yeah.
sits in your house for like a week.
I had to
Don't you
boil
know?
it to get it to the right consistency.
Oh god.
Guys, look at the note. It says, "Don't come for me."
I mean,
I
there's
don't
like
think
a
I
lot of
have-
sugar in your pee. You should get
I'm
that
gonna
checked out.
use the ritual dagger on my mummy frog.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
It seems like we're getting a bit silly.
Douglas wrote this to Walter, and he says, "Don't come for me. I don't think I have it in me anymore to do the work." And then he tries to contact Walter and is like, "Come for me." No wonder Walter didn't show up. Walter was like, "This guy's crazy."
Well, he is crazy.
But
Well-
he didn't send this to. He didn't send this to anybody. This was buried in a box.
That's true. Good point.
By the way, I don't know how late it is. If maybe we should ask if we can stay the night at the Henslowe mansion. But it seems like maybe the next stop is the First Bank of Long Beach Island,
Yeah.
or Long Beach.
Yeah, wherever that is. Presumably somewhere in Georgia.
No, Long Beach.
Long
I
Beach
doubt.
is not in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I imagine he means LA, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to California.
All right. Well, yes, we asked to stay the night. We're like we're trapped by this heavy storm. If you'd be so kind as to we'll take whatever lodging you can spare.
Mother Henslowe says, "Oh, well, okay. I'll have Mr. Hickory set you up with some in the spare bedroom. Sure, a few of you wouldn't mind sleeping on the ground. Is that all right?"
Perfectly fine.
Wouldn't be the first time.
All right. So Mr. Hickory's sets you up with some blankets and stuff to stay the night.
Okay.
All right. So I mean
We
that's yeah. Okay.
What does it mean, guys? What is this, Mr. Sterling?
I don't know. I need to look through all this stuff.
Here, let me guys show you another example of that picture.
Oh God! Quick, shut up!
Quick, turn off the stream. Turn it off. Uncensored. Uncensored. This is a real stream.
Guys, look, it's Joseph Stalin.
All right. Well, it seems, Kevin, that unless you particularly wanted us to go on, that maybe we should.
Yeah, we can stop here. I don't know if you guys want to discuss anything. We have another 7 minutes until 9:30, but
Well, then,
that's
who the
I
hell
think
did he
we
write
have-
this letter to, right? Because look, he says, "I want you to use it," right? Blah blah blah. Use it wisely. I know you will. Maybe it's what he wrote for Walter, hoping that Walter like contacts him. You know,
Maybe.
but Walter would never reach out to him, so he wrote the note and then buried it. Yes, no,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of want to like digest all this stuff. It's a lot.
It just
So the picture in here is of Winston, right? What's her name's dad, supposedly?
Yeah.
Walter Winston.
yeah, that's Winston.
Winston's photo isn't supposed to bear any resemblance to me, does it?
it doesn't bear any resemblance to you now.
Okay.
It's Chavaria that's supposed to resemble. you.
Yeah, I know.
Possibly. Yes.
So Damon, do you do anything with the vial?
With the vial?
Yeah.
Oh
Drink it
shit,
down.
that's right.
So I mean, are you guys have one vial collectively? Do you do anything with
Right.
it?
The vial
Well,
of liquid.
Is it? It's corked up. Is it like sealed in any way or no?
Yeah, it's corked up with a rubber band around it, just like you guys received it.
Right.
Oh, I mean, some of them might have leaked through because those bottles are not. Really
Yeah.
great,
Okay, so I mean, does anyone here actually have any way to like guess what this is?
Hold on, let me take.
Any of you guys got apothecary or whatever the hell it is?
I have pharmacy, but
I mean,
you know.
I would
have-
suggest using that on this. If you
I mean,
I have
should we
forensics.
should we open the vial? You know, that's.
I think we.
Well, how about this? What if we wait to see what's because it says the box, like all of the evidence is in the deposit box, right? So instead of going crazy,
What if we just like open it and like we'll just waft it? I have like a single point of medicine if it's medicinal.
some doctor you are.
I'm not a
That
doctor.
might be. I guess pharmacy's probably like a little more wide-ranging. Like we might just be able to sort of suss out what this is to some degree, like some kind of general idea at least. But it's up.
Does
to
it smell
Mr.
familiar?
Sterling.
Are you guys gonna open it up and smell it?
Yeah, sure.
So
I think we
who's
should.
opening it up and smelling it?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll do it.
I don't think that's a good idea. But
I think we should
Well, I
hold
think
it.
Richard's the only one who
He
would.
said as
So
we
if
popped
Richard
it
doesn't
open
wanna
and
do
smelled
it,
it.
Richard's like the one who would know. So if Richard
You're-
doesn't want to like open it, then I guess
He's busy examining his ritual knife while
Yeah.
we're smelling this thing.
So who's doing what? Tell me exactly what you guys do.
Alright, so Gus kind of like picks it up and like pops it open and like takes a whiff.
So it's got like a dank, musty smell. Sort of sickly sweet after notes.
Anything I've ever smelled before?
No, not really.
I'd say I have no idea what this is.
wait,
Smells
you
dank.
I think Richard notices that you opened the vial at this point.
Yeah.
He goes, oh. I was gonna say we shouldn't do that.
Well, you were
But-
busy with your knife
Yeah.
apparently. So.
No,
It's got a pungent, mossy smell.
mossy.
Right, I'd cork it back up.
Is it? Does Richard recognize it in any context? Could I spend another point of occult here?
No.
Or does it seem does it seem like something that'd be used in ritual with this dagger?
No, not particularly.
No, they don't seem to be paired in any way, like the jar and the.
Damon, the vial draws your attention, especially. You're not sure why, but you find it hard to ignore.
All right, I like take the vial and I say, "Do you mind?" And then I just like take it out of his hand without waiting for a response.
Say
And
no.
I like,
Go ahead, David.
no, sure. All right, I like take I don't know, like a pen or like a swab or something, and I like dip it
Oh,
into
you can
the
open it.
substance.
He corked it back up.
Oh,
You can open it
Alright.
if you want.
yeah, I'll open it.
Okay. So as soon as you open it, the smell like floods memories back into your mind. You've definitely experienced this substance before, and you crave it.
Maybe it's some of that weird nameless drug.
Sweet, sweet heroin.
Yeah.
You
How bad do I crave it?
I mean, like, so first you're just sort of like taken aback by like the fact that you know what this is, but like you know what it is, but you don't remember ever encountering it before. So you're gonna have to make a stability test.
Yeah. Tree.
Yeah, no. So you need to have it. You need to drink at least some of it.
Like right there and then?
Yeah,
I
that's
like-
the urge.
I like lick whatever I use to like dip into it.
Okay.
Kitty cries out. She's like, "Mr. Sterling, stop him!"
What, me?
That's what I said.
I mean, he's already done it.
All right, so you look a little bit of it.
Stop him from licking more.
So
I'm kind of curious
the
to see what's going to happen.
Okay, so a wash of pleasure wells up in your groin and spreads across your abdomen, sending tendrils of profound comfort to your extremities and organs. Your vision begins to cloud and shapes begin to run together into pleasing agglomerations. A melody builds in your mind. You smell flowers. Your tongue explodes and it's delightful. Not like literally. Your muscles relax and contract and relax, and ripples of pleasure that begin in your groin now pass in intense waves across your entire body. So everybody else, you can see Damon standing there, and his pants begin to darken.
What is raining?
Mr. Smoke, perhaps you should excuse yourself.
Yeah.
Kitty sees this and like turns away in disgust and is like, "Well, I never."
How is Damon? So he's kind of like in rapture right now.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like, I don't know, Alex. How's Damon exactly look?
Damon is just kind of like standing there, like, just like, oh shit, my camera's not pointing up. Ugh. He's just like rocking. He's just like kind of in like a little circle with like just with the vial in one hand and like I guess a pen that he used that he just like licked in the other, and just kind of like doing like a little like circular like rocking like this with his eyes half closed. And
so
Richard
Damon
Gresham.
looks up at Kitty, and he just like very without any sort of abashment reaches directly towards Kitty's chest.
Well, my
All right.
back's turned.
Richard
Richard
gets between
grabs
them,
the hand.
and
Okay.
Richard
Mr.
goes for the
Smoke.
Richard goes for the other
Alright.
hand and the vial.
relax there, white knights. Just let me do my thing.
What? No, I'm going for the vial.
Oh, you're doing it.
I don't want him to like drop it.
Okay. You can grab Gus can stop him, and Richard. So
Yeah.
Damon just sort of like stops. Maybe with the slightest disappointment, and just kind of is docile.
Kitty slaps him.
Yeah, perhaps we need to get Mr. Smoke to bed here. He seems like he might need to sleep that one off.
Wait, how does he react to the slap?
He doesn't really. He remains docile.
Yeah, we need to. We will he sit down? Can I sit him down?
Yeah, you can set him down. He reaches towards your crotch as you begin to set him down.
Not now. Not the time.
Just hook me up with Virginia, man. Just take me to
Yes.
Put him
take
on
me
your
to
back.
a shower.
We're not gonna get any sleep. It's just gonna be creaking mattress.
All right. Okay. So you guys everybody wants to go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll try to help Damon to bed, and then we'll pack it in for the night.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So then
Pack it in.
we should leave it there.
Yeah.
I mean, Damon, if anybody goes near him, he makes a unabashed sexual advance, but is easy to deflect.
And it seems to be persisting, like even through getting ready for bed and all that.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Is he responsive?
Male or female, yeah.
Is he responsive at all? Like,
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but not like.
Guys, we'd better keep the cat out of here.
Oh, all right. Okay. But anyways, unless anybody else wants to do anything before bed, we'll stop there for the night.
no, let's stop here. Maybe we can pick it up like around bedtime when we start next week.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. It was a fun night, and
Good session.
Thank
A lot
you.
of envelopes, Kevin. Gotta re-up.
I want to ask you a
Killing
rule
it with the
clarification.
props. Killing it so bad.
I started throwing the envelopes out. I mean, I keep the contents, but
I wrote all those envelopes, Alex. No, that's all right.
I
what was
want
the
to
question?
ask you a rule clarification following on the thing you were saying. So
Sure.
just remind me, in this system, if we have points in something, but
Mhm.
we don't spend them, is there like any leeway for you having that skill without
Absolutely,
points?
absolutely.
Right.
Most of the uses of a skill do not require spending points.
Right, but so that meaning there's a scenario in which I could say like, oh, I'm really good at locksmithing, and I want to like ask you a question about this, and you might answer something, but you won't tell me that if I'd spent a point, I might have gotten a better answer.
Right.
more thorough
Right.
answers.
So,
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
Damon spent a point of accounting to inspect the ledgers, and he found out the point of accounting basically let him know that the estate would be out of money in 5 years. Right. It's
Right.
something more than, but all the other information he learned about the ledgers he would have learned regardless.
Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks guys for playing. Thanks everybody
Thank
for
you.
watching, and we'll pick it up next week at 7:30 on Tuesday.